Hello and welcome everyone once again to a day with HeflaTV as we cover the Join Dota League. Lots of games happening, already a triple header by Kompas Gaming themselves in this jDL Season 3 Division 2 Europe of course. First they are up against Chili Willy in this game and well, two others coming up after this which we don't even need to talk about at the moment. My name is Coucher and I am joined by Benji.
Hey, yes, we are. Yep, we've been casting a lot of KPG recently, and now we're going to be seeing them even more in the JDL League as they're trying to get a lot of their matches out of the way nice and fast. And
Yeah.
they're going up against Chili Willy, a team who I think was previously in Season 2, the last season, Division 2.
I'm actually not even too sure. I don't think I've casted Chili Willy myself. So they may or may not have been. But well, they are here now and hopefully, I mean, coming into this, they must be the underdogs because Kompas Gaming, they've slowly been making a name for themselves. So, of course, in a game of Dota, especially in Join Dota League in this two-game series, we see so often, maybe not underdogs winning the entire series, but at least getting a draw out of it.
Yep, as we are going to be... seeing an interesting ban coming out from Chili Willy, with it being the Invoker. Obviously, the Invoker... a little less banned nowadays just due to the fact that there's a lot of other high priority targets that need taking out. Stuff like Death Prophet, you've got the Void, even the Scarith Mage. And with the Invoker, it does wonder, do they know something about Kompas Gaming that other teams don't?
Yeah, I do think that Kompas actually have been running the Invoker quite a lot. Chet plays it mid lane pretty damn well, but man, banning out the Invoker of course leaves another extremely strong hero open and Kompas all, they take the Doom straight away and actually I don't see all that many Dooms making it through the ban phase nowadays.
Yeah, because we are a little bit interesting as Doom. He is a very good hero, as he's basically a good pickup regardless of what your lineup is, as he basically counters every single hero in the game. And not only that, he counters a lot of heroes even more than he does certain other ones, making heroes like the Brewmaster, Storm, even Invoker, basically any hero that requires some kind of escape skill to be far, far less viable when he's in the game.
Yeah, no Chili Willy, they do pick up a Tidehunter for themselves now and Doom of course is extremely nice against that hero as well, if you can get it off before the Ravage. If not, then putting the Doom on a Tidehunter would be a little bit silly, if you ask me. But of course, Kraken Shell, usually a really good way of just shrugging off stuns or silences and still getting your ultimate off, but Doom, not one of those spells that Kraken Shell affects, so... if Doom can land it on the Tidehunter, it's good for them, but Chili Willy, do you think they're gonna go for like more wombo combo? I do think we saw a wombo combo-ish lineup like yesterday or the day before, Tidehunter, Enigma, plus some crazy ass stuff on top of that, but didn't work out for them, but now they go for a Shadow Shaman instead.
Yep, as the Shadow Shaman, also a very good hero, and we are seeing the start of a push lineup coming out from Chili Willy with that team fight ability and those awards on the Shadow Shaman. Always a good pickup.
Yeah, it certainly is, and of course just having that Hex and Shackles to deal with anybody as well, but Kompas, they do go for a Razor now. Shadow Shaman does have a little bit of a harder time, I guess, to deal with the Razor because of the unstable current, you getting purged yourself. But still, definitely should just have enough. I mean, when you shackle him, you don't really care about getting purged. Yes, you take a small amount of damage, but it's not like the slow will affect you since you're channeling the shackle anyway. But Kompas, with the two heroes they have, both of them are actually rather tanky. Doom, just by nature more or less, having the Scorched Earth, whereas Razor just pills tanky, having the mech, having the Aghanim Scepter on top of that. So Chili Willy, they will have to actually either get just somebody who can dish out the damage over time properly, or maybe just some burst.
Yeah, because we are going to be seeing the first few bans coming out. It's going to be the Scarith Mage getting banned out from Kompas Gaming, although there isn't that more common combo of the Void being available. The Scarith Mage, still a very good hero, huge amounts of damage. He's got that silence on him, and always a very good ban.
Yeah, I mean, between the Shadow Shaman and the Tidehunter as well, they have a pretty nice setup for the Mystic Flare as it is. Like you said, Fatal Sword, of course, probably the best setup ever because nobody can run away from that. But you can also just make do with other heroes for sure. And Chili Willy, they ban out the Death Prophet, and the Death Prophet is just such a popular hero nowadays, and to be honest, I'm kind of wondering why the hell the Prophet didn't used to be that popular, because the strength of that hero is just so damn sick. The pushing power, having a really high radius AoE silence. And actually I think that got buffed, if I'm not mistaken, so maybe a small part of why she's become a little bit more popular, but it's just the exorcism, you can't really teamfight into that, and it just mows down towers on top of it all.
Yep, I do feel like the reason why she's mostly been picked up is, yes, her silence buff was pretty nice, but the real reason is the fact that she's just so good at team fighting and pushing, and that's what the meta's switched into. If the meta switches away again, where it's more about ganking or, you know, the late game, then she is going to fall off, but at the moment, she's a very good hero, always has been, that fits in with the meta game. And I will say I've done a little bit of research on Chili Willy, and they were previously on the Balkans Division 4, last season, in which they won 15-3, and then they beat their playoffs against a team called Oxbros. So this is their first time in Division 2.
Well, we will see whether they will actually be able to leave a mark on Division 2 here. Of course, this being their first game, it's... I mean, even if they lose here, it's just the start of the season, so they definitely shouldn't feel too demotivated here, I think. But, I mean, draft-wise, it's looking solid for both teams so far. And actually, Chili Willy, they banned out the Tinker as well, and you just don't want to face that hero, period. Doesn't really even matter if the enemy has, like, a good Tinker or anything. It's just a risk most teams are not willing to take.
Yep, as we are going to be seeing this last first pick stage of the first pick of the second pick stage. Numbers everywhere. And it's going to be interesting to see, do Chili Willy, do they go for more push? Do they just try and capitalize on the Shadow Shaman they managed to pick up? Or do they simply go for a more standard, I say standard, utility-based lineup?
Well, it can still go either way. 3 picks still to come. Kompas Gaming have revealed a little bit more, I guess, about their laning situation than Chili Willy has. Most likely it will still be like a Tidehunter off lane, tri-lane with a Shadow Shaman +1. I guess an Enigma would still also be a possibility, but also an Enigma is a hero that really doesn't want to go up against the Doom, I think. Just, if you don't get your Black Hole, or rather any of the spells off, you are, well, let's say it's useless. And usually Enigmas go for mechs as well. And actually, sometimes dooming up a target that isn't actually spell reliant, but has maybe like a pipe or mech, can still be worth it, because that damage mitigation or that burst heal just won't come out for the enemy team.
As we are going to see the Morana and the Disruptor getting picked up. Disruptor, a slightly less popular pick. He did kind of go through a phase around about a month-ish ago where he's, you know, relatively popular due to the fact that he effectively changes the entire game. He's the only hero in the game, aside from maybe Kunkka, which is, he works slightly differently, but Disruptor's the only hero that basically sends people back to positions they used to be in such a consistent way, and it effectively changes the entire game in terms of positioning.
Yeah, and of course the Static Storm really helps against the Tidehunter as well, if you can get him in the kinetic field, because usually Kraken Shell helps, but Static Storm, it's an area effect, so well, like when you're in it, the Kraken Shell won't help you get rid of it. It will maybe like for a split second, but it's not long enough for him to get the Ravage off, and well, Chili Willy, they go for a Pugna for themselves, so actually getting some form of push. Although, I mean, Nether Ward, I don't think it can actually do a hell of a lot here. It's not like Kompas Gaming have a Skywrath Mage or Tinker or somebody with crazy mana cost spells.
Yeah, this might just be a mid-Pugna going for that very fast Nether Blast and just simply taking down towers. As the Pugna, I suppose, is a bit annoying against the Enchantress, doing a lot of damage against her ultimate. But apart from that, nothing really else comes to mind. Disruptor might be a bit annoying against, but Doom and Razor do not need spells in the slightest. They're not going to be doing. He's not going to be doing a huge amount of damage with those with that ability.
Yeah, completely agree with there. So we'll see how well the Pugna will actually work out. I mean, Shadow Shaman and the Pugna together definitely can put a lot of pressure on the towers, especially given that Kompas Gaming actually have no counter push other than just having the plasma field of the Razor, I guess. And Kompas Gaming themselves, banning out an Earthshaker, usually a hero that is banned or picked rather against pushing lineups. And Kompas Gaming, they do have an Enchantress, and do you think now with the Earthshaker ban they're gonna go for another pusher as the last one? But Chili Willy, of course, did take out the Nature's Prophet, so at least that's out of the option.
Yep, I would say I'd like a little bit more push if that's the strategy they're truly trying to go for. You've got the Tide Hunter on the off lane, you've got the Shadow Shaman, Mirana, probably as a dual solos, dual supports, and then you've got the Pugna on the mid lane. So it's going to be interesting to see who they pick up as their carriers. It is going to be the Naga, going for that Rat Dodo.
Oh wow, I mean, it feels a little bit weird, but then again, I mean, just having the Pugna for probably the push, and now picking up a Naga Siren, does that mean it's going to be Mirana support or Pugna support after all? And if it's going to be Pugna support, I mean, why pick it up if you're just not going for all-out push? I just feel that the hero might become a little bit too weak in that situation.
Yeah, and it is the worry that they have, which if Naga Siren doesn't get off to a good start, then things might get a little bit interesting. Also, it is worth noting that the Naga Siren, with her coming into the game, she could take that to mid position and possibly have the Mirana being the carry with the Shadow Shaman Pugna support combo.
Yeah, one thing I'm definitely hoping for is not to see the Naga Siren in a support role. So anything other than that, what they want to do, it's probably going to be fine by me. At the Naga Siren, of course, just if you get that fast Radiance, you are more likely than not going to be able to turn around the game. Although, actually, yesterday I did see a Naga getting, I think, like a 17-minute Radiance, so a pretty nice timing, but was just unable to cope with the enemy's lead that they had already by that time. So, if this Naga Siren is going to be a farming one, Chili Willy, they have to create space while not giving too much away doing so.
Yeah, but we do see the Shadow Fiend getting picked up on the opposite side, and Shadow Fiend I feel is a little bit risky here due to the fact they've got they've got some pretty strong gank potential coming out from Chili Willy, and Shadow Fiend, he's a brilliant hero. You don't want to let him farm up, and if he does, he can spiral out of control just because of how fast he can farm. But on the other hand, he's also very susceptible to being ganked.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the biggest issues. And do you think there's a small chance that the Shadow Fiend actually will be played like safe lane?
Possibly, but the thing I feel is that the Shadow Fiend, he's just so much better on mid than a Razor as he gets those fast levels, starts doing stuff on the map, and a Razor, he can be plays that hard carry role as we have seen in a lot of Dota 2 matches, especially at TI4.
Yeah, in theory, of course, Kompas Gaming could even go for an aggressive tri-lane with Enchantress being in the enemy jungle, and probably Enchantress one of the best aggressive junglers in the game, I would think. So that is one possibility for them, and well, if they go into their own jungle, it's just that the Enchantress farming out jungle would mean that there will be no stacks for Shadow Fiend to just flash farm up a little bit later on. So if Shadow Fiend somehow gets shut down by the rotations of Chili Willy, it might just come back to hurt them. But then again, if the Doom and the Razor will get farmed because of Chili Willy focusing so much on the Shadow Fiend mid, then they will still have two extremely strong cores to just pick up the slack.
Yep, because we are obviously got the customary beginning of game pause. Someone in KPG isn't quite ready to pick up their heroes, so we are going to be going live. We've got, here on the Radiant side, probably the underdogs out of the two teams. We've got Chili Willy being played by Dante on Tide Hunter, Tuka-san on the Naga Siren, Davichi, Zibdelji on the Shadow Shaman, Ralphie on Mirana, and Katora on the Pugna.
Oh man, the Shadow Shaman's name. What a pickle, but for Kompas Gaming, Fee Solo Meko, playing on the Disruptor, sometimes going under the name just PSM. Got them, will be on the Enchantress, leaving Artis to just be their carry player as always on the Razor this time around on the safe lane. Chet heading towards the mid lane on the Shadow Fiend, and off lane will be Korets on the Doombringer.
And also as the courier on the side of Chili Willy, you've got the little cute international Pudge.
What? Disruptor has his highest... Oh. Okay, so Disruptor was picked most in May. I mean, I really want to see more Disruptors overall, but oh, speaking of Disruptor, he gets slowed down from the guys, puts down the kinetic field, should be able to escape, and will indeed, man. This would have been really disastrous if Kompas Gaming had lost the hero here, but And thanks to these stats, actually, I do get a reminder that we have a statsman for us today as well. It's Prophet. So thanks to him for just providing us, hopefully, with some cool stats.
Because he's the stat man.
He's a stat man. Yep.
But now, what we are going to be interestingly seeing is a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation here, and I do feel that this is slightly in the favor of a Chili Willy right now, as we do have that Tide Hunter going up against a Doom, which should be a very stacked in the Tide Hunter's favor, using that Gush to do huge amounts of damage and reduce the damage of Doom on his own. And on the tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, both of them have the ability to get that farm, get those ganks going, but Chili Willy's is more aggressive.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, Disruptor is not a good hero in a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, I think. And well, he started with the kinetic field as well, because he tried to avoid just giving away first blood. So, Enchantress is going to be the key figure here, how this tri-lane versus tri-lane situation is going to work out. If the Enchantress doesn't have an impact, it's definitely going to go in the favor of Chili Willy. So, and you can already see the wave, the Razor, he doesn't even dare to go up to the first creep wave in this game. That's just how scary the tri-lane of Chili Willy is.
And we even see some nice aggressive wards coming out. They can know exactly when they're going to pull, get that to lane control. They are going to very quickly toward that though.
Yeah, it's really important to get that T-ward like that. And of course, 50 gold to Disruptor as well. Almost got stolen by the creeps, but not quite. Actually, looking at the mid lane for a second, Chet, he's already doing really well. And for a Shadow Fiend, your base damage early on just completely sucks. But once you get those Necromancer stacks going, it gets so much easier. So getting the first last hits is extremely crucial, and he's already up to 9 and 4 compared to a 4 and 0 Tokasan, who's gonna get harassed even more by the tornado coming out.
Yet now on the opposite side, I do feel that the main lane that Chili Willy is going to be losing is this mid lane. On that Naga Siren, just not going to do the greatest against the harassment that Shadow Fiend can do.
Top lane Artist got slowed down by the Gripify. Nope. Kinetic Field comes out and Shadow Shaman just a tad too slow without the boots of speed. Quite often actually we do see Shadow Shamans just starting with boots of speed straight away, leaving the other support to be the number 5 and take the full brunt of the early game, just buying the courier, wards, sentries as well if need be. But they didn't opt to go for it, and maybe with the boots they could have just caught Artis off guard, but not happening.
Yep, I will say that out of any support in the game, Shadow Shaman getting boots fast is possibly the most important just because of how slow he is. 285 base movement speed means that without boots he's not going to be doing very many ganks.
Yeah, speaking of ganks, there's a smoke by PSM and Goddamn together. They actually only have a Satyr Tormentor. The nuke is strong, but they probably would want to have at least one lockdown, maybe a War Stomp, maybe even a Troll and Snare, but can they get the kill? That's the question. Disruptor, he doesn't have any damage, just a glimpse of kinetic field. They are going for the Shadow Shaman first. Statically activated on Pagna as well. Oh, but the Nether Blast is there. Hadouken by the Satyr, and they're gonna get the kill probably on the Pagna. Shackles not really getting a kill on PSM, and now Pagna can actually run away there. Hunt any boots of speed, but he's healing up. Nope. Hadouken gets the kill. Goddamn, nice micro on the Satyr. And it's a 1-for-1 in the end. Shadow Shaman got the kill on PSM just after, but the whole plasma field. Artis, he's suddenly level 4, and this tri-lane lane just got completely turned around. And not only that, Chet also gets a kill mid lane. Almost goes down in return, but 40 HP. So, Kompas Gaming, I mean, the tri-lane could have been a disaster for them, but this one gank, this one smoke just turning it all around.
Yep, really lovely move right there. As I don't feel it was really the gank on the Shadow Shaman that was the real key moment, but the Disruptor getting that kinetic field off meant that Razor got so much damage stolen with that static link.
Yeah, and of course, I think it was a pretty nice timing in the form of, I do think Pagna was level 2 at the time. Maybe he was level 3, I'm not even too sure, but just Nether Blast, it does a lot of damage. But look at the harassment coming out from yet another tornado, just a few right clicks from the Razor as well. I mean, now the supports from Chili Willy, they're rotating around as well, which of course means that Artis will just have free farm on the top lane. Pagna solo can't do anything, but if they get the kill on Chet, the support rotation and not being on top lane is going to be worth it. But Chet, well, he's going bottom lane, so completely the opposite side of where Chili Willy is.
Yeah, but it looks like they're trying to switch the lanes around as they know that stuff went completely wrong on that top lane. And kind of not so much given it up, has just realised that they can't go tri-lane versus tri-lane anymore.
Yeah, I actually really love the Goddamn on your Enchantress. Picks up my early Urn of Shadows now. So that just goes to show that they want to fight early and take absolute command early game and just snowball. But oh, the arrow connects on Jet, probably a 5-second one as well. There is one pointing to a snare from Tokasan. He actually uses it now as well. But will the damage be enough, Shadowsham? No, he doesn't want to come up close. Shadow raises, double damage activated, and Tokasan. Oh, the tower! He bottles up, just barely survives. But what a turnaround by Jet it was.
Yeah, man, I just feel they took a little bit too long to start getting to position after they saw that 5-second arrow getting hit. As that 5-second arrow should have been a kill there onto Jet, but the rest of the sports just weren't there in time. As another arrow comes out, not going to hit anyone. Jet's just going to be more than fine to be able to get out of there. And, well, he's going to keep farming up, the highest farmer in the game right now by far. 32 and 10 in terms of last hits. He's just getting everything.
Looking extremely good, and of course he got the kill as well. And coming down to the bottom lane, which we haven't even discussed at the moment, Korets on the Doombringer, of course, has the Devour, so can always keep up with gold and just get some guaranteed last hits with that as well. But he's 23 and 2 compared to Dante's 25 and 3. Usually you would think that the Titan completely dominates, and wow, that arrow just barely got dodged there. But top lane, oh never mind, Pugna gonna get away, or easy, the glimpse comes out with the kinetic field. Static Link of course gets disjointed because of it, but Kaitora still in a really bad position. The plasma field is there, and goddamn well, he's gonna meet up with the team, and yet another easy kill, 4 for 1 for Chili Willy.
Yeah, but KPG just taking the dominating lead right now, getting those ganks in, and at the moment nothing Chili Willy's trying to do has really worked. Their rotations just occasionally being a bit unlucky, but mostly just not quite executing the way they need to.
Yeah, and actually, looking at the Doom, look at the creep that he's devoured. He got the envenomed weapon, which means it's a 20 damage harass with each right click on the enemy because it ticks for 10 seconds. And oh, mid lane, they use the Song of the Siren to get the kill on Shadowfiend. Will they have enough though? Dante is there as well. He's gonna pop the Ravage, I think. Yep, there's the Ravage coming out, just making sure that nobody comes in to help. So they committed a lot, but I actually think that using a Ravage like this isn't too bad. I mean, in the early game, a lot of big ultimate heroes, players, they just tend to like, oh, I don't want to use it on one hero, I want to save it. And they just end up saving it forever and ever and not getting anything. But just get that one kill and go from there.
And we have kind of seen the Pugna rotate down to the bottom as, you know, he doesn't want to be in that 1 versus 3 situation. Pugna, not the greatest offlane hero in the world.
Yeah, he definitely is not. I mean, actually, I have seen like 2 legit offlane Pugnas. Like, not in a tri-lane and a support rotating around, just starting from the offlane from the get-go. But oh, Korets, you could see him wanting to go for the Doom. They're still gonna go in, the Nether Ward comes down, it's gonna get killed, and the creeps will. He's probably gonna get blocked in by Enchanters. The creeps are not tanking the tower. Little bit of a mismicro now. Ralphie comes in, cops a couple right clicks. Actually, there's even an orb of Venom on Doombringer, man. He just went for the full-on melee harass.
Yep, I will say the main thing that really saved him right there was simply the case of that Nether Ward placement was perfect. Blocking off this tree line right here, and effectively meaning they couldn't come in and get the aggression.
Yeah, and since the creeps went in from the other side as well, they actually went away from so-called tower range or just not getting the aggro because the creeps weren't attacking anything. So Enchantress got the aggro, got the Gripified, and just had to back off. So really well played from Kaitora, just completely avoiding certain death there, I think. If the Doom though had gotten his ultimate off like he wanted to, it would have been just done then and there, but Nighttime Vision just helping out. But Jet, he has his hand off Midas now.
The arrow is going to hit, he's going to hit Goddamn in the face with a 5-second stun, but there's just no follow-up, sadly. They can't, more of a scouting arrow than a attempt to kill arrow. They are going to know that right now the enemy Enchantress is basically rotating into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, it's just, he's playing balls deep, and of course he's level 5 as well, man. Not the highest XP per minute by any means, but he has the Urn of Shadows, has the Boots of Speed, so he can definitely rotate fast enough and just potentially set up some kills. But now, of course, they are up against a tri-lane and this bottom lane, so it's going to be a lot harder.
But either way, while this is happening, the Shadow Fiend is basically getting free farm here in the middle, the highest farmer by quite a bit, and also the Razor's just continuing to increase his lead.
Yeah, it's looking troublesome if they're just farming up so much on the free cores, and even if the Naga gets a Radiance, the thing is with a farming Naga that he just soaks up all the farm of your team. He's the one just getting all of it, and even a really fat Naga, unless she gets 6 slotted while the enemy carries are like 3 slotted at best or something, just going up against that tri-core lineup is going to be extremely hard no matter how farmed the solo Naga is.
Now, once again, Shadow Fiend just taking all that farm here in the middle, but now a possible gank attempt coming out with Tide Hunter. He's got that Ravage once again. They've got the combo they used last time. But at this point, Shadow Fiend's basically gone back to his own jungle, just farming up.
I mean, it's not like they're losing too much. And the whole long range shackles onto Corets. Will it be enough to get the kill? The Gripify, Nether Blast as well, the Life Drain activated Corets. With his regeneration from the Scorch, actually does get out of there. Turned the wrong way for the start. And oh, never mind, Corets, he got the kill. The tower aggro, killing off the Mirana in the end. Oh man, that gank just went sour.
Yeah, that gank went terribly, and Doom now has his Doom up, which he can use to doom someone.
Well, he has to be careful though, because there's actually not too much mana for him to work with, and from his item build, he's going for the carry-ish Doom, not going for a mech or arcane boots or anything like that, just phase boots into drums, and 10 minutes in for an offlaner, that is a lot of farm to have.
Yep, a lot of farm right now. In fact, I will say the 3 cores right now are all above 3k gold.
But top lane, the glimpse comes out onto Danta. He just pops the Ravage out to free enemy heroes artist. Somehow still alive, but the Gripify Nether Blast easy enough. And now Life Drain onto Goddamn as well. Can they get the follow-up? 5 seconds cooldown on the arrow. So Goddamn will make it out, but still a high priority kill onto Razor, who actually finished up the mech just before his death. So didn't lose too much there at least.
Yep, slightly a little bit too much diving, but they do have a slight idea where Enchantress is right now. She's just going back to farming and getting that jungle creeps. As the Enchantress doing an okay job right now, currently sitting as the seventh highest in the game, beating out the enemy supports by quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's all you need really, man. Yes, the more farm you have is always better, but as long as you get more accomplished than your enemy's 4th position, it's always going to be worth it. And I mean, the Enchantress has been rotating around, creating a lot of space for the entirety of their team. And actually Naga Illusions coming out, just try to steal some farm from Chet on their Shadow Fiend, who's farming up in the jungle. Wants to put his Hand of Midas to good use, but Tokasan, he popped the Song of the Siren. They knew that Chet was low on health. Will it be enough though? I don't think Naga-san can kill him solo. Chet, of course, was bottling up a little bit as well, so Song of the Siren, 3-minute cooldown, completely wasted. And actually with a glimpse, what level is the... Oh, it's only level 2. He hasn't maxed up the glimpse. Maybe with level 3 it would have been enough. Oh, really unfortunate.
Yeah, but a little bit of a shame right there, as we do see, though, that cooldown getting completely wasted due to... I'm not quite sure what he was assuming was going to happen, because he had no support from the rest of his team, and the Doom goes out into Pugna here on the top lane. The TP is coming in, but Pugna's probably going to go down soon.
Yeah, there's no Gush as well, and maybe he's going to get denied. Yep, nice deny coming out, Corets. Still man fighting, but there's a kinetic field, static storm catches all 3 heroes with the plasma field coming out on top. Tokasan going for the TP out. Will he be successful? Nope. The damage is enough. Iosfell Storm helping out from Artis, and 3 heroes just gone down. What a setup from the Disruptor.
Yeah, that ultimate was absolutely perfect, and now they're going to take down the tier 1 tower, and there's nothing that Willy can do, as they're just getting completely rolled over in that last team fight.
Yeah, not only do they lose the top tower, they also lose the mid tier 1, which Jet just takes care of. And actually Shadow Fiend, with just having a really high attack damage early on thanks to the Necromastery, and him being able to clear creep waves with the Shadow Races extremely fast, Shadow Fiend is actually a really good pushing hero in that sense. So if you leave his lane, he, like a Death Prophet or a Dragon Knight, can just go for the tier 1 mid quite easily when he's left alone.
Yeah, because we're just seeing right now that KPG, although they're also making mistakes, in the same as Chili Willy, with a few over-rotations and getting caught out by the ganks, in general, it's Chili Willy who's on the back foot, who's constantly being aggressed upon, who's under a lot of pressure right now, and KPG just executing far greater on these same gank attempts.
Yeah, just look at the net worth. It's really sad to look at the Naga Siren at the moment. 30 minutes in, he is still 2,500 away from just that sacred relic, not to mention, of course, having to need the Radiance recipe on top of that. And man, the Chet, he's almost doubling that net worth of the Naga Siren, and now Doombringer picks up a Blink Dagger as well, just to get that initiation for their team, which actually they didn't have at the moment. Their best initiation was just going for a glimpse and catch that hero off guard, but now with the Blink Doom, you can just shut down anybody, and, well, preferably the Doom, I think, who can have the most impact in a team fight. Or maybe a Pugna, because he has his mech finished now as well.
Yeah, because we are seeing Chili Willy possibly attempting something at Razor. Razor's going to be super careful. He kind of sat there all on his own, but they're not committing. The arrow is going to miss completely, and I feel that was a possible comeback coming out from Chili Willy, as Razor was completely out of position, no support there, and they didn't take advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, at the moment mid lane as well, I thought like Noxar maybe is gonna go for Nid Snare, try to set up something, but they just run around a little bit like headless chicken on Chili Willy at the moment. Nobody's farming up bottom lane. Doesn't look like they even want to defend this or will try to do so. At least they are sentry warding at the moment, finding an observer and a sentry in return. So at least clearing up some vision and getting some map control. And actually that's probably the best thing they can do at the moment. Get some vision going for themselves so Kompas Gaming can't catch them off guard anymore.
Yeah, but the main issue we're seeing right now is that I feel that Chili Willy, they don't quite know how to play from behind us. And like what you said, they're not quite doing very much at the moment.
Yeah, they're just huddling together and not, at least to me, it looks like they don't have a clear objective in mind how to go, and it may, like you said, just come from not being too experienced and just playing from behind like they are at the moment. I mean, team fight wise, actually I think Chili Willy has the better of it unless they get completely caught in the kinetic field static storm like last time around. Just having the Song of the Siren to set things up, maybe the Ravage to follow there. With just Mass Serpent Wards, arrows, and of course Pagna just dishing out the Nether Blasts and Life Drains. I mean, they could definitely look for teamfights. And oh, mid lane, look, speaking of teamfights, the Doom goes on to Dante, but the Shackles, oh, gets cancelled immediately. Nice glimpse coming out from the Disruptor, and now Song of the Siren just for the disengage. Mass Serpent Wards were enough to take down the tower. So they do lose the Tidehunter. Yep, he didn't get denied either. So, Tidehunter for tower, but of course Song of the Siren was also used together with Mass Serpent Wards. So, I still think it's worth for Chili Willy, just getting any kind of goal for them.
Yeah, but it's a nice thing right there, but at the same time, it's not the greatest. As we do have to see right now that teams not looking very good for Chili Willy with that those stats being thrown up.
Yeah, I think the comma is a little bit, yeah, there's the correction as well. So, at the moment, Kompas Gaming, they have a 93.5% win rate. If, well, not if, just period, according to past stats.
And
so,
and 60% of the time, stats are made up 100% of the time.
oh yeah. But another arrow gonna fly, not gonna hit Goddamn, who actually went for a Hand of Midas as well. Now heading towards the Aghanim Scepter. So in the Enchantress, he's gonna just transition into a semi-carry of sorts. An early gem picked up on PSM as well on the Disruptor, and oh, he might lose the gem straight away. Huge mistake. The Gush comes out with the Hex as well. Bye gem, 900 gold down the drain. Got them, getting ensnared up, and well, the Ravage is used to get that 1 kill, although that hero was dead anyway. He was hoping to get the Razor, but Razor a little bit too fast on the movements, but still. I mean, Kompas Gaming, I think they got a little bit too complacent. They're just feeling a little bit too brave, wandering in the enemy jungle like that.
Yeah, because that's actually going to be a pretty big pickup there, getting that gem in hand. Although it still does mean that if we have a quick look right now at the golden experience, it's just so far in favor. 8k experience, 8k gold, and it's very difficult to come back from this situation only 17 minutes in, as we just see the 3 cores, especially that Shadow Fiend, who the Shadow Fiend hasn't done very much in this game right now, but he has been farming. Just sat there, 17 minutes of free farm, almost 10k net worth.
Yeah, I mean, Boosted Travels, BKB, Hand of Midas, just absolutely sick. And oh, Ralphie, he shoots out the arrow, but almost getting vision. But Gordas, he goes in now, the Doom, up onto the Pagna. No mech, and actually got glimpse back as well. They are just committing everything at the moment. Pagna already down, and they want to chase down for more. The blink out by the Tidehunter, who of course had the gem, so at least the gem is still in their possession. Ralphie shoots out another arrow. It actually lands on Gordas, but no follow-up in sight.
And he may be in a bit of trouble right now, but he is going to be able to get out of there.
One more right click, man. Clutch TP, but really nicely timed as well.
Yep, and that is going to be 5-10 right now. KPG winning yet another team fight, getting that pick off, and that's what their entire lineup is all about. In those team fights, just getting those pick-offs, getting the Doom, getting the glimpse, and then all of a sudden you're fighting 4 versus 5.
Yeah, now they might even lose the tier 2 from this, so Kompas, not only are they winning team fights, they're getting the objectives as well, and that's the perfect kind of
we are seeing
Dota
the
to
tier
play.
2 tower. The arrow is going to come out. It's going to miss Enchantress. And this tower is probably going to go down. Very little that Chili Willy can do right now, especially with those big big ultimates on cooldown.
Yeah.
Noxarum does have her ultimate, but Tide, 27 seconds left. Wasting it trying to get that Razor is really hurting him right now.
And actually, speaking of the Naga, he does have his Sacred Relic now. I mean, 19 minutes in, yes, not the fastest by any means, but I mean, it could have been worse. He has been getting something accomplished.
Slowly going to approach the 90-minute mark, as we do have Pugner. He's trying to get whatever he can. He's got his mech, but the rest of the items just look so far in favor of KPG.
Oh, and PSM gonna get taken out here as well. Just try to go for the glimpse, but Ralphie does get the kill, so now with the gem they can even actually get that sweet 7-minute duration ward down. Actually, KPG now, I think they feel really bad about losing that gem right about now. And I think next time around, Doombringer might even target the Tidehunter just to get... Oh, never mind. The gem swap to... What? Or did they get the gem back already and they missed it?
I don't think they have. I think they've just put it in their own fountain. As we do see, the ultimate is going to get popped, coming out so that Naga Siren is going to be able to get out of there. But that's a huge cooldown explosion right there. As you know, they're not going to have this upcoming team fight, and this means it's going to be all down to the Tidehunter. The Tidehunter, who does have now a Blink Dagger and a Plate Mail, but very little else.
Oh, well, even with his initiation, I'm not too sure if it's going to be enough at this point in time. The arrow will connect on Jet, but they can't really engage. And Jet actually went for a Maelstrom. Not a casual Shadowfin build at all, if you ask me. But it's not like it's a bad item overall. And of course, they're already aiming at just being able to clear off the Naga Siren illusions in the future.
So that is going to be another Rax going down, another...
Oh, Tidehunter, he cancels some TPs with his Ravage. Might get doomed for his troubles, though. Static Link activated as well. Nope. Oh, the Glimpse comes out. They were waiting for this. They don't need the Doom, even the Kinetic Field. Now they pop the Doom, the Sentry goes down. And Ralphie drops low as well, but they don't have any detection anymore. No dust. But Tidehunter, man, it was a cute idea, stopping the TP so that they could hit tier 2, but losing his life for it, I'm not too sure if that was a worthy trade.
I don't think it was, as we just see that although they got the Doom off at the same time, right now I feel that Chili Willy, they're just popping their ultimates, they're popping all their big cooldown spells they need to combo together a little bit too readily.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that at the moment. They don't have too much damage going for them. Oh, but the Blink from Shadow Shaman comes out. The Hex onto Koret. Static Storm though, preventing the Shackles, at least for the time being. Kaitora doing a lot of damage with the Life Drain onto Artis the Shackles. Oh my god, they're gonna get the Razor. Beautifully set up like that, Koret. He's on the run as well. Being under the Master Order, not the good place. Another Blink Hex. The Glimpse is there on the Shadow Shaman, but Koret still might be able to make it out. The Creepify will slow him down. Nether Blast. Actually, it misses, but Koret, well, nowhere to run. Oh no! He should have blinked into the trees, but he just tried to go for the run.
I think he was trying to juke out, hoping they kind of go into the jungle after him so he could blink out. But either way, that's going to be a very nice win there coming up from Chili Willy as they pick up 2 kills, and 2 very important kills, in fact. But while this is happening, Shadow Fiend is continuing to farm.
He is still almost doubling the net worth of the Naga Siren, who at least has the Radiance now, so potentially at least his GPM will start rising immensely. But man, this Shadow Fiend, he's a farming beast. 212 last hits, 21 minutes into the game.
And 600, almost 700 gold per minute right now. Which is a lot.
That is some really, like, anti-mage levels of farm, but especially the thing why it's so sick is because it's just this early into the game and he has it. And usually just keeps on gradually growing even more, and well, Aegis gonna get reclaimed now. Regeneration popped on the Shadow Fiend, and we will soon, in 2 minutes, find out what the Roshan respawn timer will be.
Yeah, but also worth noting, the Shadow Fiend has died once, and that actually makes his gold per minute a little bit more impressive, just because he's already died, he got ganked there in the middle, and he still has an amazing amount of farm for this early in the game.
It definitely is, and well, we will see how well the Shadow Fiend can actually do up against the Naga Siren, if the Naga gets some extra core items for herself. Because at the moment, Kompas Gaming, they don't feel too eager to go for fights, but saying that, they go in with the Blink, the Doom up onto Tokasan as well. He's pretty speedy, nice arrow from Ralphie, helping out, and well, was the Doom in vain, or can they make something happen from this now? Oh, another Blink Hex, but Kinetic Field, oh, never mind, Shadow Shaman just barely makes it out of there. He is carrying the gem for the time being though, so if he had gotten caught in the Kinetic Field, could have been really bad, but just barely makes it out of there. And well, with now the Doom on cooldown, Kompas Gaming once again, they have a disadvantage in the fight, and Chet, well, he's like, yeah, screw it guys, I'm gonna go farm another lane again.
Yep, as you know, you got to keep that goal per minute up. As he has picked up that, he has upgraded that Maelstrom. He also got a BKB, getting even more magic resistance, getting even more 1 versus 5 action. As the goal per minute is just starting to spiral out of control for Chili Willy. Currently 13k behind. As it's not like they're losing team fights that badly anymore. It's just a case of the farm on KPG is so much more, so much faster.
Yeah, and
So
it's
much
more
more
spread
efficient.
out as well. They're just farming up the entire map, and not only that, they do it on multiple heroes, and of course, as well, they have 2 Hand of Midases running, so a little bit is to attribute to that as well, of course. And well, there's a smoke from Chili Willy. Can they catch anybody? Because we all know, just looking at the graphs, that they need any little opening that they can get. And Roshan, full-on respawn timer, 3 minutes, so 11 minutes.
But it looks like they're not going to be finding anyone here in the enemy junglers. They're just going for a tier 2 push on the KPG side. We do see the Aghanim set to be popped on Razor, and that means that this tower is going to melt.
Actually, they're trading towers at the moment. Mass Serpent were used for the top tier 2, but even if the Mass Serpent was being down, Kompas Gaming, they push faster with the Eye of the Storm, Aghanim Step, their ultimate. And now, Pagna is back, the Netherworld is placed down. Actually, the arrow catches Chet as well. Is this their opening? But no, they don't have to follow up yet. Edershock out, Chet has the BKB if need be. But they just farm and probably gonna back off. Wait for maybe the next Roche and wreak havoc then.
Yeah, but that is going to be the last tier 2 tower going down. You know, it's worth noting Chili Willy has also been getting those towers down, and regardless of their inability to farm currently on this the map control, they are doing a good job of keeping things kind of close in terms of kills, their team fights, end results, as well as the tower count.
Yeah, I think Chili Willy definitely has been doing some smart decisions at the moment. I mean, until Kompas Gaming actually pressure high ground, Chili Willy, it would have been just too risky to go for fights at tier 2, so just going for the smart trades, getting tier 2s off their own. Actually, there's only 1 tower difference as it is, so Kompas, they're, I guess, a little bit getting maneuvered around by Chili Willy, but with them just purely being able to last it more. But oh, we might see a fight. Static Storm was used already. Now, Shadow Shaman, he spots out, goddamn. Artis is going in aggressive. The Doom is on Dante. Well, no Invis will help you against that. And Aghanim Scepter, Impetus from goddamn, finishes up the kill as Ralphie. He gets a counter at least on the Disruptor. Together with the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman, can he blink away from this?
Yep, I will say that this Marauder right now has been rather impressive, as the Shadow Shaman is going to blink away. Nothing more is going to happen, as the Marauder has been hitting some very nice arrows pretty consistently throughout this entire game.
Yeah, he's just been throwing them out really nicely. Unfortunately for him or his team, too many of the arrows really haven't had any proper follow-up. And well, landing those arrows is going to be key still, especially if Kompas Gaming are at some point going to go high ground. Because if you can land an arrow, especially on Goretz, who has a BKB now, or Chet, if you can land the arrow before the BKB comes out and just kind of burst them down in that duration, it's gonna be huge. But oh, Toka-san, he finds Chet, but the damage output with the Mjolnir procs coming out as well, he's just forced to TP away immediately almost. And now Goretz, he goes in aggressive, gets 1 kill. Actually, his ultimate is still on cooldown, but with the BKB activated, he's just right-clicking people down like a boss.
And in the meantime, we do have a Jet picked up those boots of travel, and now he wants to go back to pushing and farming and doing what the Shadow Fiend does best.
Ooh. Man, Jet at the moment has a 4th place last hit record on Shadow Fiend. This is absolutely sick, man. If he continues like this, he might even get into top 3. If not top 1, unless the game, of course, ends like extremely fast now.
Well, I think that's the most last hits in a 25 minutes. So
yeah, but he still might get a new record at like 30 minutes or something.
well, as any good happeners.
But still, being 4th with here players like Arteezy being up there, it just goes to show how much farm and how well he's been farming as well in the entire game.
Yeah, because I will say that anyone who's been paying attention to the games, especially in the Gigabyte Cup and in the Starlad League, KPG is one of those teams that are upcoming. We've seen them do a lot of work, and they're a set of like tier 2, tier 3 teams who are slowly breaking into those big events. Teams like KPG or BBC. Acronyms everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Kompas definitely are looking good and have been looking pretty damn solid. Actually, in the first game of their group stage in the jDL Season 3, they tied up against Snake Sconder. Well, Snake Sconder definitely were the underdogs, so Kompas Gaming actually struggled a little bit there. First game, I think the draft was a little bit off as well, but oh, the smoke breaks Ralphie, he's gonna be in trouble, no glimpse. Now they don't have high ground vision, really nice leap out. Nagasiren picks up himself with Diffusal Blade, and well, if the illusions can stay alive, yes, the Diffusal Blade is good, but I'm just afraid the illusions will get decimated since Nagasiren has no tank to him.
Yeah, because those Nagasarans are going to come out, but just look at that. They're just getting destroyed, though. They are doing a lot of damage there to Jet, but Jet does. He's playing a bit more aggressive than he may normally do, due to the fact he's got that Aegis, as we do see Razor taking advantage of that Nagasaran.
Yeah, delicious damage. Oh, the arrow connects on Chorus. I don't think they can still go on it. Netherward is, of course, just constantly in the trees on cooldown, but Kompas Gaming, they can just approach this methodically.
Yep, we are going to be waiting for Tidron to have his ultimate, along with the ultimate on the...
he goes in, he pops the Ravage, no BKBs come out. Really nice timing of that, the mech is there, Goretz, nice ward trap. So Doom, he can't maybe even get his ultimate off here, shackled up as well, but the damage, it isn't enough. Jet finally gets his BKB, the right clicks are flying, but no casualties yet, the glimpse up onto the Pagna, but everybody's just escaping, the kinetic field holding 2 in place, but the Creepify with the life train Jet, he's gonna lose his Aegis, and Kompas actually, they're not doing that well at all in the fight. The Doom finally onto Toka-san. Blink out, a few right clicks, he's gonna burn down, the deny is not there, and Goretz, he might lose his life, the life train, nope, gets cancelled, he is far enough from it. But man, Chili Willy, they definitely fought way better than I would have given them credit for. And now Jet, he might drop down again, the shackles, he doesn't have an Aegis anymore, and he actually will fall down. The Requiem of Souls from his death does a lot of damage, Jagan himself to impetus, takes down one, takes down another, so suddenly it is still a numbers advantage for Kompas.
Yes, that is basically going to be a 2 for 3 to some extent, getting rid of that Aegis and then getting rid of the Shadow Fiend. But at the same time, they want to keep pushing him. But this Pugna has been doing a whole bunch of work.
Yeah, but now his job there is done. He goes down, Goretz, makes sure to get that kill, and now another arrow lands actually. But there's the Hex, the Blink Shackles onto Goddamn and Enchant as well. He's just so damn tanky with the level 4 untouchable. Now they're gonna go for Dante as well as, oh man. This Shadow Shaman was not long for this world, and 5 heroes down, not a single one has buyback. Nagasiren will respawn, has the Song of the Siren as well to delay this out, but Jet, he's rejoined the fight. Actually, he bought back quite late there, but I guess he was tired of looking his teammates fight and not being part of the action himself.
Yeah, but this could be a GG coming out soon, as it looks like they just want to go for a second set of racks. They know they've got the advantage, they don't need to just keep things going, so... I think the only real thing they could do if they can kill Jet, if they can get him while he's come back from buyback, this could be their opportunity to come back, but they're just losing the racks too fast. Yeah,
the Song of Siren finally comes out, but there's just not going to be any follow-up. I think Tide Hunter, even if he was alive, there wouldn't be any Ravage. Shadow Shaman has the Mass Serpent Force, but Artis actually cops an arrow as well, really nice timing, but Urn of Shadows comes out from Goddamn to heal him up. The Creepify, Life Drain is gonna be enough. No, Goretz, he turns around with the Doom, but the Glimpse on the same target, so actually miscoordinating the spells. It's the Static Storm, catches Ralphie, but it is only a Mirana, and they're not even gonna commit to that kill. They just used it to back off, which they do successfully. 2 racks ahead. Looking at the graphs, 25k gold lead almost, 22k XP lead. I mean, Kompas Gaming, I don't think even a 6-slotted Nagasiren would be enough to come back from this.
Yeah, but it's a little bit of a shame right there, considering the fact that what we saw was like Chili Willy had some nice team fight. They had some nice coordination, a lot of keeping their players alive, but I just feel the farm on KPG were just so high that it took them so long to even get rid of that first kill on the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, it's really awkward. And, I mean, to be honest, I was a little bit surprised that the Shadow Fiend even went down twice. But I guess Maelstrom really doesn't give you any tank, or Mjolnir rather. Just that creep clear. But now he's going for a Butterfly. That will of course help out with things. And man, mid lane, you can see Chili Willy. They understand they have to go now. They get the Blink Hex on the Enchantress with the Shackles follow up. Life Drain is there, Shackles. And they get the kill. 600 gold to the Nagasiren. They get the Ensnare on DSM as well. Is it going to be enough to get the kill? Mass Serpent Wars down. They are in tower range. And yes, nice purge from the Diffusal Blade. Toka-san. They get 2 kills. Neither of them has buyback. So, well, they will get a tier 2, but without the Mass Serpent Wards, can they really go for tier 3 and just try to get counterattacks?
Well, this tier 2 is going to take forever right now, as it doesn't look like this tier 3, you know, like what you said, the Shadow Fiend going for that backdoor action. And the TPs are going to get forced out, along with BKB, he's just going to get out of dodge, and there's nothing they can do. And that is going to be, you know, pretty much everything being reset in favor of KPG.
Yeah, and, well, if things reset, it's definitely favoring them since they have 2 entire lanes pushing in at all times. Of course, the bottom and mid lane are a little bit easier to push out from Chili Willy. The top lane is, I think, the worst because it's farthest away from Roshan, so you can't really contest that. And you just have to go out of your way to push it out. But now Tidehunter might be in trouble. Can he get far enough, fast enough? He has the Blink Dagger on cooldown already. And yeah, he will make it to safety. But man, this Tidehunter, he's not been getting any farm at all. And I guess really none of the Chili Willy heroes has, except for the Naga.
Yeah, Naga's the only one who's really been keeping up. He's got, in fact, he's third right now, which is very, very impressive. Yes, he's got that Radiance, but the bad start he had, keeping up with the enemy team, it is, you know, some very good work coming out from this Naga Siren. Sadly, though, the rest of KPG is more than a 1 versus 1 situation, because it's a 5 versus 5 game, and right now, they're just completely dominating the team in terms of farm.
Yeah, and look at what item the Doom picked up. He went for an Aghanim Scepter, so he just wants to have somebody disabled 100% until they're dead.
Well, if you can do right now, take.
Oh, but the Tidehunter comes in with the rage once again. No BKBs. The shackles onto Chorus. The Doom might not even be able to use his Aghanim Scepter or the ultimate. Finally gets the ultimate off on the Nagasaren, who died anyway. He does have the buyback. BKB on Artis is chasing down Kaitora. Will it be enough to trigger Purify Life Drain? No, not enough. Chet finally comes in with his right clicks, and well, the Song of the Siren is there, but most of their big ultimates are down. Massive wards. Actually, they want to go for Goddamn. Will it be enough? No Hex yet. Hex finally comes out. Goddamn still alive, of course. Untouchable level 4 is there at the shackles. He just stays alive. Pagna, he goes down. He buys back Shadow Shaman. Not long for this world, but goddamn the life drain. No, barely. Pagna has to chase to cripify another life drain with the Aghanim Scepter. No cooldown for that. And Artis, he even might drop if they're fast enough. No, they're not. Shadow Fiend helps out with the right clicks. Artis on a triple kill, and that is GG.
Yeah, that is going to be a game right there. There's nothing that Chili Willy can do right now to stop this last set of racks from going down, and that is going to be 15 to 27. KPG going to win game number 1. As we just saw that, although their team fight, I feel that Chili Willy had the better execution of team fights in terms of ganking or just general overall farm efficiency. KPG showed why they're one of the upcoming teams in the current Dota land.
Yeah, they definitely did, and we'll just see whether they can carry on the momentum into game number 2, because this actually, it looked rather easy for them. They were just so far ahead that even losing a couple of team fights or not executing it to the dot, they just were able to just power through with their items, with their level advantage. But guys, this is only game number 1 in a 2-game series. Game number 2 coming around the corner, where Chili Willy, they have a chance to redeem themselves and tie up the series against Kompas. But if you enjoyed us, please be sure to follow us on this channel as well as HeflaTV1, and check out our social media, HeflaTV, for all the possible social media links or sites. And no long dilly-dallying, as we have to get into the lobby of game number 2, as just a few songs while we wait for that game to actually start.